basically media and stuff like that. So I think first up, I'll get the long one out of the way and talk about my favorite music now. With music, I love everything. There's really not many genres that I don't like. The only three that I can ever think of is bluegrass. Although I like country, it's not my favorite genre. I'm a bit pickier with that, but I just don't like bluegrass, which is like hardcore country. That's like, Deliverance, banjo, down. Like I can't do it. I don't know. The other genre that I don't like is dubstep. I don't mind some EDM and electronic music, especially if it's like a remix of a popular song. But I'm talking about the like Skrillex. I always use that as the example of what I don't like. It's the random sounds and scratches and but like I just don't get it. I don't know what the hell it is. It's annoying to me. It's literally noise. You just take random noises and scratches and just mash them up and hit a button. That's how I look at it. I know it'll probably piss some people off, but and again, I appreciate electronic music. One of my good friends, a former coworker, is a DJ, so like I don't mind EDM. It's just that random noise EDM, Skrillex again. And then modern mumbling trap rap. I love rap and I love hip hop, and they are two different genres to me. When I think of rap, I'm thinking like, Tupac, Nas, Biggie, Eminem. When I'm thinking of hip hop, I'm thinking like Will Smith or Grandmaster Flash, that like funky type of beat. I don't know, to me at least that's how I differentiate the two. But yeah, modern mumbling trap rap, I always use the saying, if they have Lil in front of their name and it's not Lil Wayne, Lil Mama, or Lil Kim, then it's a no-go. Now there are some exceptions, like I do like Lil Dicky, but he's a comedic rapper, it's not mumbling. And Lil Peep, but Lil Peep is like his own unique genre. I wouldn't even really call him rap per se. I don't know. But yeah, so those are the only genres that I really don't like. As far as my favorite artists, top three is probably Eminem, Michael Jackson, and Bob Marley. Eminem, I mean, he introduced me to hip-hop. It's the stereotype of the suburban white kid, like, he introduced me to the genre, and I love the genre. And I might not love it as much as I do if it wasn't for him. Really, like, he was all I would listen to as a kid, practically. And then Michael Jackson, I mean, he's the freaking king. Come on, like, I know some people aren't crazy about his music, but not very many. I haven't found many people that don't like, but I know there's some. The same with Eminem. There's not one artist is gonna be, liked by everyone, but Michael, the king of pop, to me, he's just the king. You got Elvis as the king of rock and roll, Michael the king of pop, but I just call Michael the king. Even though I think it's funny, I think most people, when they think of the king, they think of Elvis, but nevertheless, maybe not, now that I think about it. I don't know, I'm rambling, but I guess that's what this video is, so, yeah, so Michael Jackson, I mean, I just think the singing, the dancing, the music videos, he kind of started music videos in a way. I know it wasn't the first music video. I think that was it Girls Just Wanna Have Fun? Was that the first music video, or am I mistaken? Like on MTV or something like that? I could be wrong, but Michael really brought music videos to life. In fact, the award is now the MTV Michael Jackson Jackson Music Video Award or something like that. VMAs, I don't know. Yeah, singing, dancing, performance. Like I said, just all around the greatest performer ever. And his voice, oh my god. I love more of his slow songs than I do his fast songs, like Human Nature, the Earth song. That's more, I still love like Billie Jean, don't get me wrong, but I'm like that with every artist. I like their slower stuff more than their fast stuff. I'm more of a meaningful, whether it's sad, whether it's romantic, whatever it is, I like that slow stuff better. And then Bob Marley, this is a different one because I don't necessarily know every single one of his songs like I do Eminem or Michael, pretty much. There's a couple that, might get away from me, but for the most part, I know most of their catalog, we'll just put it that way. With Bob, I don't know most of his catalog. I do know a decent chunk of it, but the reason I put him up there is, again, he introduced me, much like pretty much everybody else, to reggae, and I really, really love reggae, and if it wasn't for Bob Marley, I don't think I would. And Bob Marley just has that aura with him, like, you hear one of his songs and it's just, I don't know, there's something about it. There's a reason he is as big as he is now, even, 50s, I think, did he die in like 74, I want to say, I could be totally off, but about 50 years later, he's still, when you think of reggae, it's Bob Marley. So those are my top three. Eminem, just a childhood of mine. Michael Jackson, I loved. The older I get, I love more. And Bob Marley's more for the fact that he kind of introduced me to, like I said, the reggae genre, and just like appreciating music and life and spirituality and that whole, meditation and chakra aligning. Like, I feel like Bob Marley is what the first step of getting into that, headspace, so I owe a lot to him for that. And then, yeah, as far as just some other odds and ends bands, I mean, I could go on. I loved Three Doors Down. It's one of my favorite bands as a kid. The band Red is one of my favorites now, if not my favorite band. Skillet. I loved Secondhand Serenade a lot growing up in, like, late middle school, like early high school. Revolution, Stick Figure, they're my two favorite reggae bands now. Joyner Lucas, Lana Del Rey, Marilyn Manson, that's another top one of mine. Blake Shelton. I mean, I could be here all day. Like I said, I love cover artists on YouTube as well. Teddy Swims. I think it's Love Travel Life, or Music Travel Life. It's two brothers that kind of tour America and these beautiful sceneries and do acoustic covers. I love them. I loved Christina Grimmie growing up. She was like the first YouTube cover artist that I discovered, and I've always been a fan of her. It's sad, unfortunately, what happened to her, but, just gotta keep the memory alive. Yeah, I could be here all day with music, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I love everything, basically. So, I guess for movies, and favorite songs, that's so hard to choose. I can't even begin to think of my favorite songs. The one that always does come to mind, though, is LSD by A$AP Rocky. There is something about that song that is so melodic and majestic and hypnotizing, and I can listen to it all day, every day, so that might be like my favorite song. It's just, oh my goodness, I don't know, I'm getting goosebumps like thinking about it. So I'll do movies next. Now, for movies, really all I watch is horror movies. I grew up on horror movies. I think Child's Play was the first one I saw. Watched it when I was like 4, cried that I was so terrified about it, and because of it. And I've been hooked ever since, pretty much. crazy about them, but I enjoy them for what they are, but it's not the same. It's not Scream. When I think of Scream, I think of Neve Campbell trying to escape a new killer who has taken on the Ghostface identity, and that is not what the two new ones are, so... In fact, she's not even in the last one, so... I don't know. Wes Craven is my favorite director, and I know that Scream was his baby. He looked at Scream as like a child of his because he had kind of been written off as a director, and Scream is what revitalized his career, and honestly, it revitalized the slasher genre because horror movies were dying, especially slashers, and Scream picked it up. I mean, I love all slashers. That's my favorite subgenre of horror movies. And then I'm a big fan of monster movies with practical effects like Pumpkinhead. Oh, great movie. But Scream, Halloween, Child's Play, of course, that's another one of my favorites. The first one I saw, Friday the 13th, is okay. It's probably my least favorite of the iconic slashers, only because I didn't really grow up with it. I first saw Friday the 13th and I was waiting for Jason because that's what I knew of it, and I was like, who is this old lady? But the older I get, I appreciate them more. They're just... If I'm wanting a nonsense, little to no story, good practical effect, gory slasher, Friday's it, but the 4th and the 6th are probably the two best ones in my opinion. And then, this is controversial, but I love Freddy vs. Jason and Jason X as well. So I'm different with what the favorites are. Nightmare on Elm Street, I love as well. Robert Englund, I actually have his autograph on a birthday card. My dad had got that for me. He met him in person and got it for me, so that's pretty cool. I gotta find that. I don't actually know where that's at, but it's somewhere. I love Terrifier. The new Terrifier movies that have come out recently. Well, not new anymore. David Howard Thorne is fantastic. I actually had the opportunity to interview him for a podcast that I was on, so that was a fun experience. Yeah, slasher movies, monster movies, paranormal movies are okay. Not my favorite, but they probably are the spookiest because it's that element of the unknown. You know, you don't know if this is real or not. You can say that ghosts and spirits are not real, but nobody knows that for sure. That's the creepiness about it. Whereas you can say that obviously Chucky isn't real, so... what else? Oh, Hereditary, that's a newer one. That is freaking creepy. The Ring, another one that used to scare the living daylights out of me. And an honorable mention is, it's a lower budget film, but it's called Grave Dancers. The older I get, it's not that creepy really anymore, but I remember watching that as a kid and being terrified. There's a scene at the end where one of the ghosts is like coming down with an axe in her like white dress, and it's just, it scared the living daylights out of me when I was young. I could go on 80s and 90s sitcoms. Mainly the night, well, I guess both. As far as modern shows, I did always love Malcolm in the Middle. I would watch that like every day before school. SpongeBob. I will be 90 years old still watching SpongeBob every now and then. I don't care. I haven't seen it in a while, but now I'm talking the original run of SpongeBob. Not the newer ones. I haven't seen really any of the newer ones because it fell off hard. I think when Steven, I can't think of his name. I almost said Steven Spielberg. Steven, oh, it's bugging me. I can't think of his name. When he passed away, I feel like that's probably when it fell off. Or if he lost control of the show before that, I forget. But, is it Steven Hillenburg? It's bugging me that I can't think of it, but, for modern shows, Bates Motel, oh, fantastic. Breaking Bad is another great one. The Walking Dead, Haunting of Hill House, that is fantastic as well. I'm trying to think. I love You with Ben Bagley again. I liked him in Stepfather, and I really like him in You. Scream, the TV show, of course. Seasons 1 and 2. Season 3 sucked, and I wish they would have finished the story, but I'm not going to go on a rant about that. They should have finished the story for seasons 1 and 2. It's a cliffhanger, and I don't like it. I'm trying to think. There isn't, again, I don't watch TV. I've always loved Jersey Shore. I'm not a big reality TV fan, but there's something about Jersey Shore that I've always been hooked on. I've watched a little bit of Real World. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but there's some seasons that I really like, especially, I think, season 24, The Return to New Orleans, because I love Ryan Knight. Passed away in 2014, but that guy is like my spirit animal. I love him. Yeah, I'm trying to think more TV shows. Again, I don't watch. Oh, I like the art competition-based shows like Ink Master because I'm a big fan of tattoos. Face Off. I love special effects. And Skin Wars was okay, but that was it. It was okay. Let's see, I did movies, I did songs and musical artists, TV shows. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know what else there really is. Oh, video games. Okay. So my favorite childhood video games are Spyro the Dragon, the first one. I love that game for the PlayStation 1. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, specifically 1 and 3. I liked American Wasteland as well. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, I think, for the PlayStation 1, I really liked a lot as well. I'm trying to think, there's so many games, I mean, for more modern ones. The Last of Us, the first one, I haven't played the second one, but the first Last of Us, I was so invested in that I actually cried a bit. I beat the game in like a day and a half, and then returned it to GameStop because I bought it used. And I was like, well, I already beat it, so might as well get my money back. I mean, I liked Call of Duties growing up, but mainly zombies. I loved zombies, playing that with my friends, especially my best friend and my cousins and uncle. I liked Treyarch better, though. I loved World at War. Loved Black Ops. I really liked Black Ops 2, and I enjoyed Black Ops 3. The Infinity Ward games I wasn't the craziest about. And the new ones I quit playing after, like, World War II. I played a little bit of World War II, and then, yeah, I was done. Again, I'm trying to think. I have so many games in my collection. I mean, you know, the old wrestling games, the SmackDown vs. Raws, or even on the Nintendo 64, there was it WWF No Mercy? I think I played a bit of that. Sega Genesis, I think the WrestleMania game. I didn't play a whole lot of that, but Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega, that was another classic favorite of mine. see. I mean, Minecraft, it's a fun modern one, and it's, you know, it's addicting. You get on that spell where you play it nonstop for 2 months, and then you take a 6-month break and then go back to it. I mean, I went through my favorites, like I said, Spyro, Tony Hawk, Sonic. They're definitely up there. The Last of Us. Again, video games are something that I could go on for a while. There was a time where I really loved Smite, but I fell out of that as well. The Sims. I used to love The Sims growing up too. I would make characters all the time. NBA 2K. I'm a big fan of basketball. It's my favorite sport to play. Football is my favorite sport to watch, so I love Madden as well. Again, the wrestling games. That's the gist of it. Like wrestling, sports, and then the childhood favorites is what I feel like would be at the top. But I think that's it, guys. We did movies, shows, songs, games. They're good. I know there's a lot of movies. Like, I could be here for hours and hours if I talk about every video game I like and every artist I like. So I'm gonna wrap it up now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I plan to do more like these periodically with layered sounds. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for more content like this. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the continued support.